Okay, it's finished, and this is what it did. £25,717 from over a course of 12 months from an initial deposit of 200. So 200 deposit, that was never in risk because it's not a grid or martingale system or a system that doesn't use a stop loss. It uses a tight stop loss, but it just wins at profit trades 194, 84.72%. And the drawdown, which was after we'd made like tens of thousands of pounds anyway, was 19.72%. So anyway, it was never a case of you even losing your £200 deposit. You can do this because it started off at a 0.16, was it? 0.16 mini lot. It started at this time last year, 26th of November last year, and compounded up as we went, so it increased the stake. Ended up doing a 19.47 lots, and £297 profit, £3,394 profit on that day, £637 profit the day before, £263 profit, £240 profit the day before that, £526 profit. See, that's what it does, and that's what it's doing on my live account, but not for these large amounts of stakes. I'm just starting small now. So fixed market, Euro GBP, nothing like it. You won't see anything like this on any other Forex video anywhere, using 100% tick data from Duca's copy from 2000. Well, a year, you get a year for free. So that the entire last year tick data, 100% tick data, and that's what it did because it's a rig market. You can't get results like that from price action or from doing it legitimately. I'm doing it legitimately. All I'm doing is monitoring patterns, which we're allowed to do. But obviously the banks are up to no good here, as it says on the London Fix. It says that the markets, or I read a while ago that the markets were fixed. The staged rigged hoax, like everything else. The closing currency fix refers to the benchmark foreign exchange rates that are set in London at 4 p.m. daily. So the suspicion was that they were manipulating the price around 4 p.m. So from the Pancake Eagle indicator, which has been turned into an extra advisor or a robot, I've completely reset that to trade a certain time frame, well, the London fixed time frame, and to do a certain thing which I've detected at that time frame, which is related to the fact that they're manipulating the markets at that time of the day, and that's the only reason you can do that. Okay, no one else is talking about this. It's not on any other site or on any other video, and anyone that finds out this is going to keep it to themselves unless they're like me and they've got absolutely no money to start funding this without taking out a loan. I'm going to take 10 people on a course for £100 each and set them up, and you can do this yourself from £40 investment. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for, 10 people, because I can't really manage anymore. And I'll set you up on a VPS. I'll set the whole thing up for you, and I'll show you how it runs, and I'll give you the robot and the script and the parameters you need. And if you join through my affiliate link, which will help me out as well, I can actually monitor your accounts because I get to see the balance of the accounts. So if you start with 200 like me, or start with 50 quid, you can start with 50 quid on a 0.16 on 500 to 1 leverage, and we'll all do it together, and I'll be able to see your account grow. So if there's any problems, I'll be able to tweak the parameters as we go and change things around to make sure it's still working. There's no reason why it's going to stop working. They're getting away with it, so and we're taking money off the banks, because this is, you've got to use a commission-only ECN direct-to-market broker and pay the commission fee, so there's no conflict of interest, and you can make as much money as you like. So on the report, final report, 200 turns into 24135. Profit factor 5.65. Did 229 trades. 194 won, and that's over the time period. Mismatch chart errors was 0. Bars in test 74650. Ticks modelled, 26 million or something. So yeah, that's about as good as we can get. As good as anyone's going to get. The banks can't do anything remotely close to that. People, if you get a scalper and you manage to get, you run it over the course of a year on a strategy tester, backdated 100% tick data from Dukascopy, all variables considered. See, I've got a spread here of 2, but there's actually no spread, practically no spread at all on this ECN broker. So in fact, you're going to get an even better result on a live market with an ECN broker than you are on this strategy test, because I've just put in a spread, and when there's no spread, I mean, you can't put in no spread on the strategy test. You've got to put in a minimum spread. What you're doing is you're paying a small commission instead. So for example, I'm familiar with the commissions around this sort of price range. So let's just take one here. So £43 profit on a 0.47 lot. So a 0.47 lot is about, I think it's about something like £2.50 or something. So you've got to take £2.50 from that £43. So that's instead of the spread, which I've factored in here anyway. So it's not going to make much of a difference. In fact, because I've put a spread in, it's probably going to be, it's probably about right actually. So 25717 anyway. That's as good as we can get on back testing with all the variables considered, with 100% or 99.9% tick data from Dukascopy, which is what everyone uses, and you get a year for free. You have to pay previously, but all EAs stop working as the market changes, the market parameters change. Obviously, with a fixed market, they're not changing, because that's how I've managed to do this, by detecting something that's clearly rigged. And we all know at the moment the Euro GBP is obviously being manipulated, and if you didn't know, there's the proof that it is. So if you're interested, get in touch. This is an offer that I'm only making available to subscribers, so I can free you and you can do better things with your time, because you're already doing better things with your time. And you can be you can just make money on autopilot, and you can do better things. Well, it's, freedom, liberty. This is taking money from the banks. It's a good thing, because they're usually taking money from forex traders. 95% of them lose money. So here we go. So this is only available for subscribers. If you're not a subscriber and you've seen this video and you think, wow, this is, I've never seen anything like this, because you won't off on any of the forex video. There's nothing remotely like it, because they're all martingale and grid, and they'll all just lose your money. And this is scalping with a tight stop loss with no drawdown, and your initial deposit is as safe as houses. So you could have put on there, if you can get together £4,000, you could have made 250,000 last year, and your £4,000 was never in danger to start with. If anything, if the first few lost, we'd just tweak the parameters so they won. But the worst is you can pull out after losing 20 or 30 quid. But I mean, then it wins straight from the off. It wins straight from the bat. So it just goes up from the start, and compounds as we go. Yeah, if you're not a subscriber, then I'm going to charge you £1,000. I'm afraid. Yep, £1,000. Still an absolute bargain. You won't find anything like for £1,000 on here. This one's 5,760. This EA, and I've tested all these, and this one's 2,400. I've tested them, and they're not remotely in the same league. If you can find an EA on here that even works that can turn. If you find an EA on here that will turn £200 deposit into 600 by the end of the year, then safely, then everyone's thinking that's just amazing. Well, I've just turned 200 into 25,000 as safe as you can possibly get. You know, scalping with a tight stop loss, with no risk to the initial investment. Just beyond, you know, leagues and miles beyond even the best of these, because I'm trading it's an EA that trades a fixed market. Because conspiracy theories are true. Okay, so we're proving a point, making money and proving a point.